7 signs a woman likes you but is trying not to show it. Old Stoic wisdom. 7 signs a woman likes you but is trying not to show it. Stoic wisdom on love. Have you ever found yourself wondering if a woman truly likes you or if she's just being friendly? Do you struggle with reading the signs and discerning her feelings? For many men, understanding a woman's true emotions can be a challenge, especially when she's trying to keep them hidden. But as ancient Stoic wisdom and modern behavioral science teach us, there are always subtle clues that reveal the truth, even if a woman is trying her best to conceal her feelings. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. If a woman is hiding her attraction, her actions will still reflect what's going on inside. Throughout this video, you'll uncover the 6 key signs that a woman is secretly interested in you, even if she's doing everything to mask it. By the end of this video, you'll not only be able to recognize these signs, but also develop the insight to decode any woman's behavior. So pay close attention, because this knowledge is power. Let's dive in and explore these signs together. Number 7. She smiles when she sees you. If you're a man between the ages of 35 and 70, navigating the complexities of attraction and relationships, understanding the subtle signs that a woman likes you, even when she's trying to hide it, can be a powerful skill. Let's focus on one key indicator. She smiles when she sees you. A woman's smile is often described as one of her most potent tools, a silent communicator that can reveal more than words ever could. Think of it this way. When she smiles at you, it's more than just a friendly gesture. It could be an expression of something deeper, a signal that she's attracted to you but reluctant to let her feelings show. In many cases, a woman who finds herself drawn to someone she believes is out of her league may use a smile as a defense mechanism. She wants to be approachable, to seem kind and friendly, without risking revealing too much too soon. The smile, in this case, is her way of trying to let you know she's open to interaction without laying her heart bare. But before you jump to conclusions, it's essential to consider that a smile could also have other meanings. Perhaps she just enjoys your company, or maybe she feels genuinely happy to see you. A smile can signify warmth, gratitude, or just the comfort of familiarity. However, as with any social signal, consistency is key. If you notice that her smile is a frequent occurrence when you're around, especially if it's followed by subtle signs of engagement, such as maintaining eye contact or leaning in slightly, there's a good chance she feels more than just platonic affection. Drawing from Stoic wisdom, the great philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Many men spend countless hours wondering about a woman's feelings, caught up in mental scenarios where they interpret every smile and glance with uncertainty. Yet, if we were to embrace the Stoic mindset, we would focus on the present moment and recognize that the smile itself, however small, is a positive indicator of her feelings, and we need not overanalyze the situation. Instead of jumping to conclusions, accept the smile for what it is, a potential sign that she likes you, and take it as an invitation to engage further. In real life, this often plays out when a woman finds herself unsure about how to act around someone she admires. She might retreat behind that friendly smile, hoping you'll make the next move, or at least give her the chance to open up more. The Stoics teach us to be aware of these small moments, to accept them with grace, and to act accordingly, without hesitation or overthinking. If you're noticing frequent smiles in your interactions, it's a good sign that you're on the right track. She's showing interest, but it's your job to decide how to respond. Take it as an opportunity to move forward confidently, without letting fear or doubt cloud your judgment. So gentlemen, remember, actions speak louder than words, and in the world of attraction, sometimes a simple smile says it all. If you've noticed this subtle sign, take a moment to reflect on it, and then decide what your next step will be. Confidence, when paired with awareness, is an incredibly powerful combination. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced this situation? How did you respond? Let's continue the conversation. If you found this helpful, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment, I trust in the power of subtle signs. Number 6. Running fingers through her hair. When trying to gauge a woman's interest in you, it's easy to miss the subtle clues she may be giving off, especially if she's trying to hide her feelings. However, a skilled observer can pick up on these telltale signs, often through body language and changes in behavior. One of the most common signs is when a woman runs her fingers through her hair while talking to you. It might seem like a casual action, but it's actually a classic body language cue. Women tend to do this when they're attracted to someone, especially if they're trying to convey interest without being too overt. It's a sign of nervous energy or excitement, and she may not even realize she's doing it, but if you notice it frequently during your interactions, it could mean she likes you. Another sign to watch for is how she mirrors your body language. This is a subconscious act that reflects a deeper connection. For instance, if you lean in while having a conversation and she leans in too, it's a sign that she's engaged and drawn to you. Likewise, if you cross your arms and she does the same, it's a silent way of showing that she's in tune with your energy and is subconsciously trying to connect. This mirroring behavior goes beyond just physical proximity. It indicates that she is subconsciously aligning herself with you, showing interest and a desire for harmony between the two of you. Her tone of voice also plays a crucial role in signaling attraction. When a woman is drawn to someone, her voice often softens, becoming more melodic and tender. This change is subtle but significant. It's a way for her to draw you in closer, almost as if she's trying to captivate you with the way she speaks. If you notice that her voice becomes softer or more soothing when she addresses you, it's a good indication that her feelings go beyond mere friendship. This change in tone isn't just about being polite or friendly. It's an effort to connect on a deeper, more intimate level. These signs, playing with her hair, mirroring your actions, and softening her voice, are not always consciously controlled. They come naturally when someone is genuinely interested in another person, but might not want to make their attraction obvious. The key to understanding these signs lies in paying attention to the small, often overlooked details that reveal her true feelings. If you can spot these subtle cues, you'll gain a better understanding of whether she's trying to hide her attraction or simply testing the waters. Keep an eye on these behaviors and listen closely to the shifts in her body language and tone. They are not just coincidences, they are the silent signals that speak volumes about her feelings for you. Recognizing these signs will give you the confidence to approach her with more clarity and possibly take the next step toward a deeper connection. Number 5. Exposing her neck. This sign might initially sound subtle, but trust me, when a woman exposes her neck around you, it's no accident. It's one of the most profound signals of attraction, and it's something she might not even realize she's doing. Picture this: the slight tilt of her head, the graceful way she wears her hair down, or perhaps the openness of her neckline. This isn't just about clothing. It's a body language signal deeply rooted in psychology. When a woman exposes her neck, she's revealing vulnerability, a gesture that speaks volumes about her emotional state. She's inviting you to come closer, not just physically, but also emotionally. Now let's dive deeper into the power of this body language. When you see her exposing her neck, she's letting her guard down, even if it's just for a moment. In the wild, this is a sign of trust, a surrender of protection, because the neck is a sensitive area. Women naturally shield this part of their body when they feel threatened or uneasy. So, when they expose it to you, it signals that she feels comfortable and safe around you. It's a display of openness, both on a physical and emotional level. This act is a masterstroke in the silent art of attraction. It's bold yet delicate, a way to show interest without putting herself out there too obviously. Think of it as a quiet invitation, a way to say, "I trust you," while still maintaining some mystery. The way a woman uses this subtle signal can reveal her level of comfort, interest, and, ultimately, attraction toward you. This kind of non-verbal communication, often overlooked by many, is rich with meaning. It's not just about physical proximity, but also emotional connection. It's about her letting down the walls she has built, allowing herself to be vulnerable and open. In the world of Stoicism, we understand that vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. By showing her neck, she's not only demonstrating her attraction, but also her willingness to connect and share a part of herself with you. So here's the big question. What do you do when you notice this? First, acknowledge it. Don't be too eager to act, but don't ignore it either. Recognize the invitation, but allow the moment to unfold naturally. Remember, in Stoic philosophy, restraint is a powerful tool. You don't need to rush in or overanalyze every gesture. Sometimes, simply being aware of these signals and responding with calm confidence is the best course of action. It's about keeping your composure while recognizing the significance of the signal. Be the man who is composed and in control, someone who understands the deeper meanings of actions and words. This knowledge gives you an advantage, but it also requires responsibility. Don't take advantage of the situation or misinterpret her gestures. Instead, use this understanding to build trust, connection, and ultimately a deeper emotional bond. Your ability to read these subtle signs will set you apart and make you more attuned to the signals that women are giving you. The Stoic wisdom here is clear. Understand, respect, and respond with wisdom, and you'll find yourself building stronger, more meaningful connections. Now, let me ask you, have you ever noticed these signs of vulnerability in the women around you? Comment below with your thoughts, and share this with someone who could benefit from this insight. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on understanding relationships, attraction, and the power of Stoic principles in love. Comment to remember, vulnerability is the key to true attraction. Number 4. Shooting short glances your way. When a woman is subtly testing the waters of attraction, one of the most telling signs is the way she sneaks quick glances your way. These fleeting looks are not just a random occurrence, but a strategic move to gauge your reaction. In the world of dating and relationships, we often find that eye contact is a powerful tool of communication. Yet, for many women, maintaining direct eye contact can feel intimidating, especially when they're attracted to someone. This vulnerability can cause them to quickly pull their gaze away when they realize they've been caught looking, almost as if they're testing the boundary of their feelings. It's a delicate dance of attraction, one where she is cautious, unsure of how you might interpret her interest. Think of it as a small peek into her emotional world, where she is trying to communicate without fully revealing her intentions. In modern life, this behavior is surprisingly common. People, especially women, often struggle with showing vulnerability early in a connection. They want to be sure that their feelings are reciprocated before they let their guard down. If you notice her eyes glancing toward you, only to quickly shift away the moment you catch her, this is not accidental. It's a signal that she's attracted to you but may not yet feel comfortable expressing it openly. In a world where emotions are sometimes hidden behind walls of self-protection, these small, fleeting moments of eye contact can reveal far more than words ever could. Take this opportunity to pay attention to the small signals people send. As famous psychologist Carl Jung once said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." This applies to both parties in the interaction. She might be too afraid to fully embrace the possibility of what could be, but these glances are her first step toward it. As a Stoic, it's important to remain composed in such moments and not rush to conclusions. Instead, stay grounded and take your time to understand the subtle cues around you. So if you find yourself catching her gaze only to have her quickly look away, don't dismiss it as a mere coincidence. It's a chance to build a connection without rushing, to let the attraction unfold naturally. Take this moment as an invitation to respond with confidence, letting her know through your own body language and actions that you notice her subtle interest. Confidence, after all, is the key to navigating the complexity of human relationships. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these subtle signs in your interactions with women? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss how we can all better understand these hidden signals of attraction. Number 3. Licking her lips. When a woman subtly licks her lips in your presence, it's not always just about needing moisture or being nervous. It's a subtle body language signal that she might be attracted to you, even if she's trying to conceal it. Experts in non-verbal communication note that this gesture, while often unconscious, can reveal underlying emotions and desires. It's a natural response that can indicate sexual attraction or a deeper level of interest, especially when it's paired with other signs of attraction. In moments of proximity, when a woman is conscious of her physical appeal, licking her lips may become a way to draw attention to her mouth, a body part that's often subconsciously linked to intimacy. Now, consider the context. If you're talking to her and you catch her licking her lips during pauses in the conversation or right after making eye contact, this could be her subconscious way of signaling interest. It's a gesture that speaks volumes without uttering a word. This is especially true when she's in a social setting, and it's not just about maintaining a casual demeanor. The lip licking may be a way of showcasing vulnerability or drawing attention to her appearance, signaling that she feels comfortable and perhaps even confident in your presence. It's important to remember that body language is a complex language in itself, one that often contradicts spoken words. While she may try to mask her true feelings with a friendly, nonchalant attitude, the subtlest signs, like lip licking, can be telltale signs of deeper attraction. This isn't something all women do consciously, and even if she's not fully aware of it, the body has a way of revealing what the mind is trying to conceal. If you notice this repeated action, it's worth considering her overall body language. Does she lean towards you during conversations? Does she maintain eye contact or smile frequently? All of these subtle signs can be combined with lip licking, creating a clearer picture of her unspoken feelings. This isn't just about decoding physical gestures, but about understanding the emotional context behind them. When combined with Stoic wisdom, which encourages understanding and mastering one's emotions, you can better appreciate that these small actions speak to the deeper currents of connection and attraction. So next time you see her licking her lips, don't dismiss it as a random gesture. Instead, take it as a subtle clue that her subconscious is revealing what her words might not. It's your opportunity to understand the deeper dynamics at play and use that knowledge to foster a genuine connection. Comment below, I see the truth. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom. Number 2. She's clearly nervous around you. If you've ever noticed a woman acting a bit off around you, maybe fidgeting, stuttering, or appearing nervous, it's likely a sign of something deeper, something she may not want to admit even to herself. Nervousness, in fact, is one of the clearest indicators that a woman is interested in you, but trying hard not to show it. The subtle tremble in her hands, the way her voice cracks or gets a little shaky, or the slight tension in her posture, are all signs that she's feeling something more than just casual interest. As the legendary Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." This is true in relationships, where time spent hiding emotions rather than embracing them can lead to misunderstandings. Nervousness often arises when someone feels vulnerable or exposed, qualities that love or attraction certainly bring to the surface. So why does she act this way? Why does she get defensive or overly critical when talking to you? It's because, deep down, she's trying to protect herself. This is a survival mechanism, deflection in the face of what could be potentially overwhelming emotions. But here's the trick, and it's one you can use to your advantage. With time, her true feelings will become undeniable. As she becomes more comfortable around you, the nervousness will start to fade, and you'll see clearer signs of affection. The real test, however, is whether you can notice these signs and read between the lines before she finally opens up. Stoic wisdom teaches us that emotional resilience comes from recognizing and accepting the feelings of others without letting our own insecurities block us. In today's world, many men find themselves struggling with these signals, wondering whether the woman they're interested in is just being polite or whether there's something more. But make no mistake, if a woman's nervous around you, it means something. It means she's invested emotionally, even if she's hiding it behind sarcasm or criticism. If you catch these moments, you'll be able to guide the relationship forward with confidence, showing that you understand her true feelings, even before she admits them herself. Now, if you recognize the signs of nervousness in a woman, take control of the situation with confidence. Don't let the uncertainty throw you off track. Lead the conversation, make her feel comfortable, and let her know, without words, that you're a safe space for her emotions. Remember, the Stoic mindset is about staying steady in the face of uncertainty, about remaining calm even when the emotional tides are high. As you begin to understand and notice these subtle signs, you'll not only grow in wisdom, but in your ability to connect deeply with those around you. So what will you do the next time you notice a woman acting nervous around you? Will you take the chance to step forward with understanding and confidence? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your input could change someone's perspective today. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful insights like this. Comment to claim your confidence. I will not fear vulnerability. Number 1. Inviting body language. When a woman is subtly trying to hide her feelings, her body language often betrays her true emotions. Understanding these signs is crucial, especially when it comes to attraction. One of the key indicators of her interest in you lies in her body language, specifically, whether it's inviting or defensive. Inviting body language is a powerful and unconscious signal that she's drawn to you and wants to engage more deeply. It's all about the small gestures that speak volumes, a subtle lean towards you during conversation, the uncrossing of arms, or the positioning of her feet directed at you. These are all cues that suggest she's open and interested. When her body is oriented towards you, whether it's her feet, her torso, or her gaze, it's a silent invitation to come closer. This openness shows that she's emotionally receptive to you, welcoming the connection. A great example of this is when she leans in while you're speaking, showing that she's invested in what you have to say. It's almost as if her body is saying, "I'm listening and I want to be closer." In contrast, defensive body language sends a different message. If she crosses her arms, shifts her feet away, or steps back during a conversation, these are signs that she's uncomfortable or disinterested. Her posture becomes closed, both physically and emotionally, indicating that she's not ready to engage at that moment. This type of body language often reflects an unconscious desire to keep her distance, either because she's unsure or because she's trying to hide her true feelings. As the famous philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Similarly, in relationships, it's not the quantity of signals that matter, but the quality, the honest, open gestures that reveal genuine interest. In real-life interactions, these body language signs can be key to interpreting whether a woman is truly interested in you. If you notice her leaning in, uncrossing her arms, and showing open body language, take it as a positive sign that she's engaged and attracted to you. However, if her body language becomes closed off, her arms crossed, feet pointed away, it might be wise to reassess and give her space. Understanding these subtle clues is a crucial part of navigating relationships with emotional intelligence and stoic wisdom, as it allows you to respond with both patience and confidence. Remember, body language doesn't lie. By paying attention to the cues she's sending, you can learn to read the room more effectively, avoid misinterpretation, and build a deeper connection. What do you think? Have you noticed these body language signs in your own experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss how we can all improve our understanding of non-verbal communication in relationships. If you recognize the power of body language in building deeper connections, drop a comment right now. I am the man who understands the signs. There you have it, 7 scientifically backed signs that show a woman likes you but is trying not to show it. Now that you're equipped with this knowledge, start paying close attention to her behavior and body language around you. If you're catching multiple signs, It's time to make your move. The worst that can happen is that she says no, but at least you'll have clarity and you'll know exactly where you stand. Before you go, make sure to check out the recommended video on the screen right now. It'll reveal 10 signs that show you're an attractive man. Don't miss it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If a girl changes this in front of you, she really likes you. Old Stoic wisdom. Women often communicate through their actions rather than their words, and when they have feelings for someone, these actions can reveal more than they might intend. It's in the small, often unnoticed changes they make, how they present themselves, or how their behaviour shifts. Though subtle, these changes are meaningful signs that they're invested in you. In this video, we're diving deep into the quiet but powerful shifts women make when they like you. Pay close attention, because the clues are there and they speak volumes. Stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss a single one of these revealing moments. Let's get into it. Number 1. She changes how she reacts when you touch her. When it comes to understanding a woman's feelings towards you, her body language often speaks volumes, far louder than words ever could. One of the most telling signs that she's genuinely interested in you is how she responds when you touch her. Physical contact is a language of its own, and if she's truly attracted to you, she will not merely tolerate it, but will actively welcome it. Think of a gentle touch on her arm, or a light, accidental brush of hands. In these seemingly small moments, she may demonstrate more than simple politeness. She might lean into your touch, making the interaction last just a little longer, or even mirror your gestures in a playful way. Instead of pulling away or acting cold, she lingers, allowing the briefest touch to carry a deeper meaning, as if it's an invitation to draw closer. If she's feeling this connection, she may start to initiate contact herself, subtly finding excuses to bridge the physical gap between you, adjusting something on your shirt, tapping your arm in jest, or even casually resting her hand close to yours, allowing just enough of a moment for that electric tension to build. These are all signs that she's opening up to you, signalling not only her comfort, but also a growing desire to be near you. The more she encourages these interactions, the more apparent it becomes that she is attracted to you on a level that goes beyond simple friendship. As the Stoics teach us, the only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away, meaning that the true value of this connection is in the trust and vulnerability she's offering. It's a message wrapped in the simplicity of a touch, but with a depth that can only be understood if you truly pay attention. So when she shows you this level of closeness, take it as a clear sign that she's interested in something more. 2. She changes her tone of voice. When a woman changes her tone of voice around you, it's often an unmistakable sign that she's drawn to you. You might notice a subtle shift. Her voice becomes softer, warmer, even sweeter in a way that wasn't present before. She might slow down her speech, choosing her words carefully, or perhaps she leans in just a little bit when speaking to you, as if she wants to be closer, both physically and emotionally. There might even be a light, playful giggle over something that, under normal circumstances, wouldn't be all that funny. This isn't some calculated attempt on her part to get your attention, at least not in a direct way. Instead, it's an unconscious response to the feelings she's having, perhaps a mix of excitement and nerves, something instinctive that emerges when she's around someone she genuinely likes. You see, in many ways, her change in tone is a silent, but very clear, way of expressing interest without uttering those words out loud. It's a signal, almost like an open book, where the tone of her voice becomes the language of attraction. Pay close attention, and you'll realize this shift isn't something she does with everyone. It's unique to the way she interacts with you. The change is subtle, but if you're paying attention, it's as clear as day. Now, let's draw a bit of wisdom from ancient Stoicism, something that resonates deeply in modern relationships. The Stoics believed in living with intention, paying attention to the little things, and understanding human nature. They understood that the signs of affection, while not always overt, are often there for those who know how to read them. This voice shift is a perfect example of such subtlety. In today's fast-paced world, it can be easy to overlook small but meaningful cues, but the Stoic in you might recognize that these subtle signals are the true language of connection. This doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. In fact, it can be helpful in all sorts of human interactions. By being attuned to someone's voice, body language, and emotions, you develop a deeper understanding of who they are. You're not just hearing words, but listening to the unspoken messages beneath them. In the hustle of modern life, where quick texts and fast-paced conversations dominate, it's easy to forget the power of a tone or a glance. People often become consumed with direct messages or actions, but learning to pick up on the nuances, like a woman's voice softening around you, can provide more clarity than any overt declaration of affection. In fact, many times, these indirect signals speak volumes more than words ever could. You might find that when she changes her tone, it's a direct reflection of her feelings toward you, something that words can't quite capture. And here's the thing, not every man notices these shifts, but for those who are aware, it's a silent but profound way of understanding someone's interest in you. It's a delicate dance between emotion and expression, one that speaks louder than any verbal confession. By tuning into these moments, you become better at reading the person in front of you, whether it's a potential romantic interest or simply someone you're connecting with on a deeper level. So take a moment and observe, because in this simple shift of tone lies the powerful, ancient wisdom of understanding human nature. The Stoics believed in being present, in understanding the subtleties of our interactions, and in recognizing the unspoken. Just as a woman's voice can change when she's around someone she's attracted to, your awareness of this change can make all the difference in how you build your connections, making you more attuned to those around you. Whether in a romantic context or a professional one, these tiny signals hold far more weight than many realize, offering a powerful tool to those who choose to listen beyond the words. If you've noticed a woman changing her tone of voice around you, it's a powerful sign she's drawn to you. It's more than just words. It's a language of attraction. Recognize this, embrace the subtlety, and sharpen your awareness of these signals. And if you agree with this, drop a comment right now. I am in tune with the unspoken. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remember, true connection starts with the small things. 3. She changes how much she smiles and laughs. When a woman begins to change how much she smiles and laughs around you, take notice, because it's not just a shift in her demeanor, it's a silent declaration of interest. You see, her smile becomes more frequent, and your words, even the simplest ones, can provoke a reaction from her. Maybe it's a soft chuckle, a playful giggle, or even full-on laughter that stretches a little longer than you expect. But don't mistake this for mere politeness. This is something more profound. As the great philosopher Aristotle once said, "The one who knows how to laugh is the one who is truly wise." And when a woman laughs with you, it is a sign that she is comfortable, she is at ease, and most importantly, she is drawn to you. It's not just about the joke, it's about how she feels in that moment with you. Her eyes light up when they meet yours, her posture shifts to reflect openness, and in that space between words, she lets her guard down. Each smile, each burst of laughter is her subconscious way of showing you that she enjoys being around you, that she feels safe and seen. It's in these small moments that her body speaks louder than any words could ever say. Understand this. A woman who laughs freely, and often when you're around, isn't just enjoying your humor, she's inviting you into her world, letting you know that you hold a special place in her heart. The smile that lasts longer than usual, the easy laughter that flows when you're present, they're subtle signs, but they are telling. In today's world, where everything seems rushed and transactional, we tend to forget the power of such simple gestures. Yet, just as the Stoics taught, The small things often carry the greatest meaning. The ancient philosopher Seneca wrote, "A smile is the shortest distance between two people," and it rings true even in our modern times. When a woman gives you that extra smile, that unguarded laugh, it's as if she's letting down her walls and showing you her true self. Don't take it for granted. Recognize it for what it is, a form of connection, an emotional bridge between the two of you that most others never get to cross. Men, listen carefully. If you want to win a woman's heart, if you want to understand her in a way that most men never will, you must first learn to observe the language of smiles and laughter. The next time you share a moment, pay attention to how often she laughs, to the depth of her smile, to the way her body softens in your presence. That's the real indicator of her feelings. She may not tell you directly, but her body will never lie. And in that silent communication, there's power. Power that you can harness, power that speaks directly to your ability to connect, to lead, to show strength without saying a word. So, be present, be aware, and most importantly, don't miss the opportunity. Because if a woman is changing the way she smiles and laughs when you're around, you're not just any man, you're the man she wants to be with. Take this knowledge and use it wisely. Your understanding of this subtle art of connection will set you apart in ways most men never imagine. Don't waste this chance to strengthen the bond and show her that you recognize what's happening. In the end, your awareness will speak volumes, and that will make all the difference. Remember, a smile isn't just a smile. It's an invitation to something more. So the next time it happens, don't hesitate. Appreciate it. It's a rare gift. 4. She changes how she looks when she knows you'll be around. When a woman makes subtle changes to her appearance when she knows you'll be around, it's often a clear sign that she has a genuine interest in you. These adjustments might not be dramatic, but they are intentional. Maybe she smooths her hair, adds a bit of makeup, or selects an outfit that makes her feel more confident and attractive. It's the small, thoughtful details that matter most here. It's not about putting on a show or dressing up just for the sake of it. It's about her showing you that she cares about the impression she leaves on you. For instance, a spritz of her favourite perfume or a fresh coat of lip gloss can speak volumes. These aren't actions meant for anyone else, they're for you, and that's what makes them so significant. She's subtly signalling that your opinion matters to her. In fact, in the words of the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In relationships, this could be interpreted as an appreciation of the simple yet meaningful gestures we make to connect with others. Her efforts might seem small, but they reflect a deeper desire to make a lasting impression and build a connection with you. A woman who goes the extra mile to make sure she looks her best when she's around you is telling you, in her own way, that she values your attention and the bond you share. So the next time you notice her looking just a little extra polished or perfect, don't overlook it. It's her way of saying, "I care about you." This isn't about expecting grand gestures. It's about the quiet, thoughtful actions that truly speak to the heart. Take this as a sign that she's making an effort and appreciate the thought and care behind it. Just as Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So too does the depth of relationships hinge on the little things, like her choosing to put in a little more effort when she's around you." In relationships, it's often these small moments that have the biggest impact, and recognizing them can lead to a deeper understanding of one another. So when you see these changes, take a moment to reflect on what they mean. It's not just about the outward appearance, it's about the thoughtfulness and care that she's putting into being around you. Take time to acknowledge it and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think these subtle signs are meaningful in building connections? Comment yes if yes, comment no if no. 5. She changes her energy when you walk into the room. When a woman changes her energy the moment you walk into the room, it's a subtle yet unmistakable sign that she feels something deeper for you. It's not about the words she speaks, but rather the way her entire demeanour shifts, something almost primal. You can observe the transformation without needing to ask, because it's written all over her. If she was previously distracted, you'll see a clear shift. She'll sit up straighter. Her eyes will light up with attention, and she becomes more engaged with what's happening around her. It's as if the presence of someone she's drawn to ignites a spark within her, bringing her fully into the moment. She might be in the middle of a conversation, and suddenly her energy becomes more animated, her voice slightly more enthusiastic, all while trying to subtly catch your eye, as if to see if you're paying attention. She might adjust her hair, flick her gaze toward you more often, or straighten her posture, and these little shifts are rarely deliberate. They are instinctual reactions, revealing a deep, unconscious attraction she can't hide, even if she tries. This change is not an accident, nor a coincidence. It's a natural response to the magnetic pull someone has on her, a sign of genuine interest. Even the most composed woman will find herself unable to fully mask her excitement when someone she's interested in enters the room. Modern life, with all its distractions and complexities, often pushes us to be overly cautious or guarded, but this raw, unfiltered shift in energy remains a timeless and undeniable marker of attraction. For men, it's important to be aware of these cues, not just to understand her feelings, but to recognize that your presence has a significant impact on her. This kind of attention doesn't come easily. It is something earned. When you notice this change, take it as a reminder that genuine connections still exist in a world often dominated by surface-level interactions. Recognize that, just as ancient wisdom would suggest, your presence can still stir emotions that are real and powerful. In today's fast-paced, often detached society, embracing this timeless truth can guide you in better understanding the dynamics of relationships, helping you recognize when a woman is showing interest not through words, but through the energy she exudes. 6. She changes how she engages in conversations. When a woman changes the way she engages in conversation with you, it's not by chance. It's a deliberate signal. There's a transformation in the dynamics, and it's clear. She's no longer just participating in idle chatter. The small talk becomes deep, purposeful, and personal. She begins asking questions that go beyond surface-level exchanges. Suddenly, she's curious about the intricacies of your life, your thoughts, your experiences, and the dreams you hold close to your heart. And here's the key: she remembers. She doesn't just forget the little things you've shared, like your favorite food or that story you told casually a few days ago. She recalls them, bringing them up in conversation, subtly signaling that she's paying attention, truly listening. This is her way of showing you that what you say matters. She's not just filling silence, she's crafting connection. Every word she speaks is charged with purpose, her enthusiasm igniting the flow of the conversation. She's actively engaged, and you can feel it. It's as though you've become the focal point of her world, even if for a brief moment. And here's the most important part. This isn't accidental. This is her way of telling you that she values you and wants to make you feel important. She is striving to build something deeper, something that transcends the mundane. When she's doing this, it's because she wants you to feel special and, more importantly, she hopes you'll notice. Women don't invest this level of effort unless they are genuinely invested in you. This is an ancient truth, rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, who understood that true connection isn't about being loud or flashy. It's about the quiet, deliberate acts of attention and care that show you're worthy of someone's time, their thoughts, their energy. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." A woman's change in how she engages with you, her deeper interest in your life, is her way of telling you that she's colouring her soul with thoughts of you. It's your moment to recognise that your presence has caused a shift in her emotional landscape. This isn't just a casual exchange, it's a rare, intentional act. In the fast-paced world of modern life, where distractions are abundant and superficiality runs rampant, when someone takes the time to truly engage, it's rare. It's a gift, and it's a sign. So what will you do with this recognition? Will you respond in kind, matching her level of engagement and interest, or will you ignore it? The choice is yours, but understand this. When a woman invests in you like this, you are witnessing the rarest of moments, a moment where she has given you her time, her attention, her respect. Recognize it, embrace it, and don't take it for granted. If she's showing this level of interest, it's because she believes you're worth it. She sees something in you, and now it's up to you to decide if you're ready to take that next step. Like what you're reading? Comment below with "I'm ready to take the next step," and subscribe for more powerful insights that will transform how you connect with the world around you. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to make a lasting impression. Seize it. 7. She changes her availability. When a woman begins to change her availability for you, it sends a powerful and unmistakable signal about how much she values you. In our fast-paced world, time is one of the most precious commodities anyone has, and when a woman adjusts her schedule to prioritize you, it's a clear reflection of her interest. Initially, she may have seemed like someone with a packed schedule, always busy and difficult to reach. However, when her time becomes more flexible around you, whether she stays longer after a hangout, casually mentions that she's free, or rearranges her commitments to fit in plans with you, it's a sign that you are now an important part of her life. It's no accident when a woman starts making herself available in ways that feel more intentional. A lot of people, especially women, are juggling a myriad of responsibilities, work, family, friends, and personal obligations, and carving out time for someone is a deliberate act. As the famous philosopher Seneca once stated, "Time, as it is given to us, is the one thing we cannot retrieve." It's a reminder that time is not something we can get back, and when someone offers it to us freely, it's a rare and significant gesture. When she changes her texting habits as well, it's another crucial indicator. If she used to take hours or even days to respond to your messages, but now she replies almost immediately, it's a sign that she's not only thinking about you more, but also making a conscious effort to stay engaged with you. The frequency and speed of her responses indicate that you occupy a space in her thoughts. In addition, if she consistently keeps the conversation going, asking you questions and showing genuine curiosity about your life, she's reinforcing that she values your connection. These might seem like small actions, but in reality, they carry a lot of weight. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This is a reminder that in relationships, the best way to show your worth isn't through grand gestures or flashy actions, but through the subtle, thoughtful way you give of your time and attention. Even the more subtle behaviors, like when she walks in your direction at a social event instead of leaving, or stays a little longer when she could have easily exited, can be meaningful signs of affection. She could have just as easily gone in another direction, but she chooses to stay close, to keep the connection alive. It's not always the big, overt actions that communicate interest, but the small, quiet gestures that speak volumes. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In relationships, the value lies not in the frequency or size of the time spent together, but in how the moments you share are valued by both parties. If she is consistently prioritizing you, even through these little acts, it shows that your relationship matters deeply to her. This idea is reinforced by the fact that people make time for what they truly care about. In a society full of distractions and busy schedules, when someone deliberately shifts their plans to accommodate another, it reflects a genuine desire to foster a deeper connection. So if you notice that a woman is prioritizing you and consistently making space for you, it's important to recognize that this is a profound sign that she values you and your relationship. As the renowned author and speaker Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." When she adjusts her time for you, it's not just a practical gesture, it's a reflection of the way you make her feel when she's around you. She feels valued, appreciated, and wants to spend more time with you. In a world where it's easy to get lost in the noise of daily life, It's essential to recognize these subtle yet significant gestures as signs of true affection. When a woman is consistently making herself available for you, it's a chance for you to show her that you appreciate her efforts. Are you matching her level of attention and care? Are you offering her the same commitment of time and energy? As the Stoics wisely teach, actions speak louder than words, and a person's true priorities are revealed by how they allocate their time. If she's showing you she values you by adjusting her schedule, it's a perfect opportunity to reflect on how you reciprocate that in your own life. Time, after all, is the most valuable gift anyone can give, and when it's freely shared, it should never be taken for granted. 8. She changes the way she acts around other guys. In the world of dating and relationships, there's an old but timeless piece of wisdom rooted in Stoic principles. The idea that the way someone behaves in your presence speaks volumes about their feelings. For a man looking to understand the signals from a woman, one of the clearest signs that she genuinely likes you can be found in how she changes her behavior around you, specifically how she shifts when she's around other men. When a woman is around other guys, her demeanor is often casual, open, and easygoing. She might engage in friendly conversation or laugh easily. But with you, there's something distinctly different. It's subtle at first, but if you're paying attention, you'll begin to notice it. Maybe she becomes more reserved, a little quieter, even shy, as though she's consciously aware of how she comes across to you. It's as if she wants to make sure she's leaving a good impression, yet she's careful, perhaps even vulnerable, as she shows you a side of herself she doesn't show others. On the other hand, some women take the complete opposite approach. Instead of retreating, they might increase their level of charm and flirtation when you're around. You may notice her becoming playful, perhaps teasing you lightly, or finding small, almost unconscious ways to touch your arm or shoulder. These touches aren't just accidental. They're intentional signs that she's trying to establish a deeper connection. Her body language will speak loudly, even in a crowded room. A lingering glance, a smile that's just a little longer than necessary, or her posture turning towards you. These are all clues that signal your presence means more to her than anyone else's. It's the silent but profound way she shows that you're the one capturing her attention. It's easy to overlook these small details because they don't always scream romantic interest. But in modern life, where we're bombarded with distractions, paying attention to these subtleties can reveal a lot about her true feelings. The way she adjusts her behavior around you compared to other men is a telltale sign of her emotional investment. It's the way she becomes more engaged or distant based on the company she's keeping and how much she values the connection you share. So when you notice her acting differently around you, it's a clue that she's likely emotionally drawn to you. Whether she becomes shy, flirtatious, or protective of her interactions with others, these small but significant shifts in behavior are worth noticing. In today's fast-paced dating world, it's not always easy to decipher what's genuine and what's merely politeness or casual behavior. But if you can spot these shifts, you can understand the depth of her feelings. The Old Stoics believed that actions often speak louder than words. In this case, her actions, how she changes her behavior around you compared to others, are telling you that she sees you as someone special, someone worth the extra attention, care, or even vulnerability. Pay close attention, and you'll find that sometimes the most meaningful gestures are the ones that don't require words at all. Understanding this can help guide you in making more meaningful connections, and ultimately, in recognizing when someone is truly invested in you. So, next time you're together, take a moment to notice the shifts in her behavior. What does it say to you? You may find that her actions are revealing far more than she realizes. If you've read this far, you're already unlocking the deeper truth about human connections. Most people miss these subtle signs because they're too caught up in the noise. But you're paying attention, noticing what matters. If you've caught yourself recognizing shifts in her behavior, comment below with, "I see the signs and I'm paying attention." Let's hear your thoughts and connect with others who are truly in tune with these powerful signals. 9. she changes her level of shyness or boldness. When it comes to attraction, human behavior often reveals what words cannot say. If a woman changes her level of shyness or boldness around you, it's one of the clearest indicators that she feels something strong for you. This subtle shift, though seemingly random, is actually a profound sign of her emotional response. She might be shy by nature, but around you she might suddenly find herself pushing past her usual hesitations, starting conversations, making eye contact, or seeking ways to be closer to you. On the flip side, a woman who is typically confident may find herself stumbling over her words, blushing, or acting a bit nervous. This might look like a playful adjustment in her behavior, perhaps fiddling with her hair or laughing more than usual. These seemingly small changes are not accidents. They are her body's unconscious reaction to the powerful emotions she experiences when she's near you. It's in moments like these that the old Stoic wisdom rings true. The body reveals what the mind tries to hide. In the modern world, this might seem subtle, but the reality is stark. She's showing you how much of an effect you have on her, whether she becomes bolder or more bashful, whether she shows confidence or vulnerability. This isn't a random act. It's a calculated, unconscious dance of emotions, revealing more than she might ever speak aloud. If you pay attention to these shifts, you will see the truth of her feelings. The lesson here is simple, yet profound. It's a sign that she cares. You're the one who's made the difference in her behavior. It's a power you hold, and it's undeniable. Recognize it, and watch how you can influence not just her actions, but her heart. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In this case, the best approach isn't to act aloof or indifferent, but to embrace the impact you've made, recognize it, and step into the role of the man who understands not just what to do, but why it works. If you want to see more of this kind of behavior, remember this: a woman doesn't change who she is just for anyone. She does it for the one who truly moves her. Don't take that lightly. So take control of the situation, embrace your power, and become the man who knows how to make her feel like no one else does. Does she make those subtle changes around you? I challenge you to embrace that power, step up, and leave your mark. If you've noticed this shift in her behavior, comment below with one word that perfectly describes how she makes you feel. Let's see who's really paying attention. 10. She changes how she acts when she says goodbye. Goodbyes often seem like mundane moments, just fleeting exchanges that mark the end of an interaction. But in the world of human connection, they can reveal far more than meets the eye, especially when it comes to a woman who has feelings for you. Those seemingly insignificant moments take on a new layer of meaning. One of the most telling signs that a woman likes you is how she behaves when the two of you part ways. If a woman is genuinely interested in you, her goodbyes will feel distinctly different from the casual, indifferent farewells you may receive from others. Instead of a quick wave or a perfunctory "see you later," she may linger just a little longer, as though reluctant to break the connection. These subtle actions can carry more weight than you might realize. She may slow down as she walks away, hesitating slightly before turning her back on you, almost as though savoring the final moments. Her gaze might linger longer than usual, offering a quiet yet intimate farewell, one that's filled with unspoken words. Even if she's typically composed and reserved, in these moments, she might surprise you by initiating physical contact, perhaps a hug or a light, playful touch that speaks volumes more than the mere gesture itself. If she's already the touchy type, you may notice that she holds onto the hug just a little longer, or that her hand brushes against yours just before she pulls away. A tender but deliberate action that shows a deeper connection. These seemingly small changes aren't accidental. They are intentional, and they reflect how much she values your presence and the moments you share. Moreover, in group settings, when everyone else is saying their goodbyes, she might save you for last. She'll make sure you're the final person she acknowledges before she leaves, as if she wants to ensure that her departure doesn't feel complete until she's shared that final moment with you. Her voice may soften, Her smile might linger just a second longer, or she may find one last reason to stay in the moment, even if it's just for a few more seconds. All of these actions speak to something more than mere politeness. They are her subtle, unspoken way of showing that leaving you is not a simple, routine action for her. As the Stoics often taught, our emotions and behaviours are deeply intertwined with how we perceive the world around us and how we connect with others. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on the idea that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Similarly, the way a woman acts during these small yet significant moments reveals much about how she thinks and feels about you. These shifts in her behaviour are her way of communicating. "I like you," without needing to say it out loud. Her goodbye is no longer a formal parting. It's an expression of the emotional bond that's forming between you two. This is a reminder that in our busy lives, where everything moves at such a rapid pace, it's often the quiet, subtle moments that speak the loudest. It's easy to overlook these small shifts, but once you know what to look for, they provide a deeper understanding of someone's feelings. A woman who lingers at the end of a conversation or hesitates before leaving isn't just following social conventions. She's telling you something about the way she values the time you've spent together. The next time you notice this, pay close attention. It's her way of saying that your presence matters to her, and that the goodbye isn't just another routine. Now, you may be wondering, how does this relate to real-life relationships and interactions? It's a crucial insight into the complexities of human connection. The way people communicate, especially in those small, seemingly trivial moments, can tell you a great deal about their emotions. For men, this understanding can open a door to a more intuitive way of reading and connecting with women. Instead of relying on grand gestures or explicit declarations, recognizing the subtle shifts in behavior can deepen the bond between two people. It's in these fleeting moments that you can learn whether the relationship is built on something genuine. In terms of advice, if you find yourself in a situation where a woman lingers at goodbye or becomes more affectionate in her farewell, take note. Don't just brush it off as coincidence or a simple formality. Understand that she may be revealing her emotions through these small but significant actions. By acknowledging this, you not only validate her feelings, but also create a space for deeper connection. In fact, responding with a similar level of emotional awareness, whether through a gentle touch, a heartfelt word, or simply acknowledging the significance of the moment, can help foster mutual respect and affection. It's important to remember that these subtle signals are not just about romantic interest. They are part of how we navigate our relationships with the world. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Similarly, emotional wealth doesn't come from expecting grand declarations of love or attention. It's about recognizing and appreciating the small, honest gestures that speak louder than words. By tuning into these moments, you not only gain a deeper understanding of her feelings, but also cultivate a richer emotional connection that goes beyond surface-level interactions. In conclusion, the next time you say goodbye to a woman who seems to linger just a little longer, who offers a soft smile or a tender touch, take that moment to reflect on what it truly means. These subtle cues are her way of saying, "I care about you," and this goodbye is not just another parting. These gestures may be quiet, but their meaning is clear. Pay attention, and you might just discover that the connection you share goes deeper than you thought. It's a small but powerful signal that love, affection, and care often show up in the most unexpected of ways. So, if you've noticed this behavior in your interactions, share your thoughts in the comments. Has she lingered longer than usual when saying goodbye? Or perhaps given you a hug that lasted a bit too long? Let's talk about how small changes can mean so much more than we realize. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch and listen. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today's content, it's this. Small actions often speak louder than words, especially when it comes to relationships. If you ever notice someone changing or adjusting something in front of you, whether it's their outfit, their hair, or just their overall demeanor, it's not just a random act. It's often a subtle way of showing that they care about you, trust you, and want to make a good impression. And here's the thing. In a world where so many people hide their true feelings, these little moments can reveal a lot about how someone feels about you. It's a sign that they're letting their guard down and opening up to you. Now, I know it can be easy to miss these signs or brush them off, but if you're paying attention, you can notice these small acts of vulnerability that show someone genuinely likes you. And trust me, this is a sign that you're on the right path if you're building something meaningful together. So, next time you see something like this happen, don't just ignore it. Recognize it, appreciate it, and understand that it's a moment of trust. Relationships are built on these little gestures, and they can tell you more than words ever could. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this topic. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If she acts like this, she's into you. Don't miss these signs. Old Stoic wisdom. Welcome back, gentlemen. Let me ask you something that might resonate. Have you ever caught a woman's gaze and felt something in the air, yet struggled to put it into words? That unspoken moment where communication isn't verbal, but something more, an energy that lingers. Here's the truth. Most men search for overt signs, grand gestures, explicit words. But in reality, the most profound messages are often silent. They're in the subtle shifts. The brief touch, the slight lean in, the prolonged eye contact that tells you more than any spoken word could. These aren't accidents. They're deliberate, powerful signals, often overlooked by those who aren't present enough to notice. Today, we're diving into one of the most elusive aspects of human connection, the quiet but undeniable signs that show when a woman is interested in you. These signals go beyond compliments or playful remarks. They come from a deeper, instinctual place of attraction and vulnerability. Understanding these cues doesn't just improve your interactions with women. It transforms the way you approach relationships, bringing presence, clarity, and a deeper sense of self-awareness. As the philosopher Khalil Gibran wisely stated, between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost. This is exactly where today's lesson comes in. True connection often speaks in whispers, not shouts, and your role as a Stoic man, one who acts with intention, is to look past the noise and perceive what lies beneath. In this video, we'll explore 7 subtle yet powerful signs that tell you when a woman wants something more than just casual conversation. She's signaling a desire for closeness. These are not tricks or games, but timeless truths rooted in human nature, body language, and emotional depth. Stick with me, and by the end, you won't have to chase connection. You'll know how to recognize it when it arises, embrace it, and respond with wisdom, not impulse. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, the subtlety of flirting. Imagine a moment when a woman smiled at you, her gaze meeting yours in a way that made your heart race and time seem to slow down. Perhaps she tilted her head ever so slightly as her lips curved into that warm, genuine smile. That simple tilt of the head? It's not by chance. It's a clear signal, a deliberate gesture that speaks volumes. By tilting her head while smiling, she's exposing one of the most vulnerable parts of her body, her neck. This isn't just a body language quirk. It's a powerful and unspoken message of trust and comfort. In the world of subtle signals, the head tilt is one of the most telling signs that she feels safe and open with you. It's as though she's saying, "I'm comfortable around you, and I want you to get closer." This is intimacy in its rawest form, a signal that she's lowering her guard just for you, and that she's genuinely interested in you on a deeper level. When a woman smiles with her eyes, the expression isn't just polite, it's an invitation to connect. A real smile, one that reaches her eyes and lights up her entire face, carries a warmth that draws people in. This kind of smile is contagious. It invites a response from you, and before you know it, you're smiling back, perhaps without even realizing why. It's a beautiful, almost instinctual feedback loop that strengthens the bond between you two. And it's often the simplest yet most powerful indicator of attraction. But the smile alone isn't everything. It's the combination of a warm smile, a head tilt, and the engagement of eye contact that truly amplifies the message. When she holds your gaze just a little longer than usual, that lingering look is not something casual. It's a deliberate signal that she's not only interested in you, but is inviting a deeper connection. As the old Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In this case, those quiet signals, her smile, her tilt of the head, and that gaze are her way of inviting you to listen, to pay attention to the deeper connection she's offering. It's about recognizing those silent cues, those moments of vulnerability and openness that tell you she's into you. When you notice these signs, don't just brush them off. Pay attention to how she interacts with you. These cues are more than just polite gestures. They're signs of genuine interest. So, the next time a woman tilts her head and smiles at you, take a moment to appreciate the deeper meaning behind the gesture. It's an invitation to step closer, to connect, and to discover the potential of what could be. Sign number 2, a loving smile. This subtle yet powerful sign often speaks volumes without a word being said. Picture yourself at a cafe, deep in conversation, when you suddenly notice her sliding her chair just a little closer to yours. Or maybe you're standing together in line, and instead of keeping the polite distance, she steps a bit nearer than usual. At first glance, it might seem like nothing more than a casual adjustment, but in reality, this is a silent gesture with profound meaning. It's not just about invading your physical space, it's about gently nudging into your emotional territory. This subtle shift in proximity reveals her desire to see if you're open to something more, to gauge whether you're willing to deepen the connection she's testing. This behavior is often instinctive. It's a non-verbal signal that she's interested in drawing closer to you without the need for overt statements. In the realm of human interaction, space plays a crucial role, and this is where the concept of proxemics, how we use space to communicate, comes into play. The closer someone is willing to get to you, the more comfortable they are, and the more they are inviting you into their personal sphere. If she leans in as you talk, or positions herself near you in a crowded space, it's clear. She's comfortable, she feels safe, and she's signaling that she wants to build a stronger bond with you. These actions suggest that she's not only comfortable in your presence, but is testing the waters to see if you share that comfort and openness. It's a silent yet telling way of saying, "I'm here, I want to get closer, and I hope you're open to it." But it doesn't stop at proximity. The real key here is the intentionality of her actions. If in these moments she also lightly touches your arm or taps your shoulder, it's not an accident. These little touches, though seemingly innocent, are deliberate and meaningful. She is not just physically drawing closer to you, she's inviting you into her emotional space. These touches are like the punctuation marks in a sentence, emphasizing the unspoken message. She wants you to notice her, and she's testing whether you'll reciprocate that interest. Her personal space, once a boundary, is now a bridge, one she hopes you'll be willing to cross. In the context of modern life, this sign can be just as relevant in everyday interactions, whether at a work event, a casual gathering, or a simple meetup. Understanding these subtle cues can help you gauge someone's interest. In an era where direct communication is often avoided for fear of rejection, these small, almost imperceptible gestures can be the clearest indicator that someone is eager to connect with you on a deeper level. Don't mistake her proximity for mere coincidence. Take note of how she positions herself in relation to you and how often she invades that emotional bubble. This is her way of saying that she's open and available for a deeper connection. Recognizing and responding to these signals with subtlety and awareness can significantly enhance the way you connect with those around you, offering you the chance to move beyond surface-level interactions and into something more meaningful. So next time she slides her chair a little closer or stands just a bit too near in that line, take a moment to notice. It might just be her way of telling you she's into you, and the connection could be yours to explore if you're willing to meet her halfway. If you recognize these signs, don't ignore them. Drop a comment right now. I notice the signs, and I'm ready to make a deeper connection. Like this video, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, proximity speaks louder than words. Sign number 3, mirroring your movements. There's something remarkable about the way our bodies unconsciously mimic the actions and gestures of those we feel drawn to. This isn't mere coincidence. It's a deep psychological phenomenon known as the chameleon effect, where we instinctively imitate the movements of someone we are emotionally connected to. It's an ancient primal way of signaling harmony. Have you ever noticed a woman leaning in when you do, or raising her hand just as you raise yours? This mirroring isn't just random, it's her way of showing that she's connected to you on a deeper level. It's the body's natural attempt to synchronize, to say, I resonate with you, and I want to be in tune with your energy. This kind of subtle mimicry might seem trivial, but it's one of the clearest signs of attraction. It's an emotional connection, manifesting through your very movements. When she mirrors you, whether it's through your gestures, posture, or even the way you speak, it's not just an accident, it's her body's way of saying, I feel aligned with you, I trust you, and I'm drawn to you. Psychology and neuroscience reinforce this truth. When we are attracted to someone, our mirror neurons are activated. These are the neurons in our brain that trigger us to mimic others' behaviors. It's like an invisible thread pulling us closer together, a form of communication that doesn't rely on words. When she mirrors your movements, it means she feels a subconscious sense of connection to you, a bond that transcends verbal exchange. It's as though her body is silently proclaiming, I am in harmony with you, without her needing to say a word. And this mirroring doesn't just stop at physical actions, it extends to the energy you radiate. If you're calm and composed, her body will unconsciously follow suit, reflecting that tranquility. If you're energetic, confident, and enthusiastic, you'll notice her energy rising to meet yours. This emotional resonance enhances the bond between you, amplifying the feeling that you are in sync on every level. It becomes clear that what started as a simple physical gesture is now an emotional dance between two people. This is a sign of mutual understanding, a deepening of rapport, and a clear indication that she's interested in more than just casual interaction. This mirroring effect isn't accidental. It's an unconscious invitation for connection. It's a message from her body that she's comfortable with you, that she feels safe and aligned with your energy. This is not something that happens with just anyone. It's a powerful sign that the two of you are emotionally in sync, and it can serve as an important cue for you to take the next step in building a deeper relationship. The beauty of this is that it's nonverbal. She doesn't have to say a word, and yet her body is speaking volumes. You can read this sign like a book, and if you are wise, you'll respond in kind, matching her energy, meeting her halfway, and allowing that connection to flourish. The key here is to pay attention. Don't miss this subtle but potent cue, because this is where deeper attraction lives, where real, meaningful connections begin. As the ancient philosopher Aristotle once said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. This principle applies here as well. When you learn to recognize these signals, you not only gain insight into her feelings, but also gain a deeper understanding of your own emotions and desires. Mirroring is not a fleeting moment. It's a critical part of the emotional landscape that tells you exactly where you stand. It's a signal that cannot be ignored, and it's your cue to step forward. The more attuned you are to these signs, the more power you have to engage, connect, and build a meaningful bond. So the next time she mirrors you, whether it's through a gesture, posture, or the very tone of your voice, don't simply brush it off. Understand it, appreciate it, and use it as an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. Because, let me tell you, if she's mirroring you, she's not just observing you, she's drawing closer to you, she's telling you without words that she's into you, and that's a moment to be seized. Sign 4. Sparks of collision. When a woman finds ways to subtly touch you, even in seemingly random or unintentional moments, it's often one of the clearest signs that she's interested in deepening your connection. Picture this. She casually brushes her hand against your arm during a conversation, or perhaps taps you lightly on the shoulder when something funny happens. These gestures, though they may appear innocent, are far from accidental. They're deliberate touches that serve as powerful non-verbal cues, signaling her attraction. The act of touch, as simple as it may seem, carries profound psychological effects. Research consistently shows that even the slightest contact can have an incredible impact, triggering the release of oxytocin, the love hormone. This hormone plays a crucial role in building trust, fostering emotional bonds, and creating a sense of closeness between individuals. Think for a moment about the last time she leaned in just a bit closer, letting her hand gently brush your arm. Did it cause you to feel more aware of her presence, perhaps even sparking a sense of connection that went beyond just words? If so, you're experiencing the tangible power of touch. This seemingly small action can serve as a bridge that brings you closer emotionally. A light nudge with her shoulder as she laughs at something you said, for example, may seem playful on the surface, but it carries a weight of intimacy. It's these moments, subtle yet significant, that build a shared sense of joy and connection, without the need for lengthy conversations. It's easy to overlook these gentle touches, dismissing them as nothing more than friendly gestures, but in truth, they often hold much more meaning. When she touches your arm or shoulder, recognize that it could be an invitation to explore a deeper emotional connection, one that may eventually lead to something meaningful. The great philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." This idea holds true when it comes to relationships. When we dismiss these small moments of connection, we risk missing out on what could be a deeper bond. So next time you feel her hand brush against yours or notice a soft tap on your shoulder, don't ignore it. Instead, let it serve as a reminder to pay attention to the signs of attraction and to appreciate the quiet, powerful ways in which someone expresses interest. If you're feeling those subtle touches, don't ignore them. They're signs of deeper interest. Comment below, "I'll notice the signs and act on them." Sign number 5, lingering after the conversation. Have you ever experienced a conversation where once the main topic has concluded, she doesn't immediately rush off, but instead hangs around just a little longer, still laughing at your jokes, offering you a smile, or perhaps even just maintaining a close proximity to you? You might chalk it up to coincidence, but this subtle behavior is in reality one of the clearest signs that she's interested in you. When a woman lingers after a conversation, it's almost never by accident. It's a conscious decision on her part to remain in your presence. This lingering is an intentional move, a way of signaling that she enjoys being with you and doesn't want the interaction to end. Think about it. When people feel emotionally drawn to each other, they naturally try to extend the moment to prolong the connection. It's a basic human instinct. Psychologists have long noted that when someone feels an emotional attraction, the instinct is to keep the conversation going, to stay a little longer and enjoy the bond that's forming. It's more than just physical proximity. It's a mental and emotional choice that reflects a deeper desire to stay connected. She might even make subtle gestures, like leaning in a little closer or holding eye contact for a moment longer, signs that indicate she's emotionally engaged and is interested in strengthening the interaction. These signs are not accidental, and if you're paying attention, they provide an excellent opportunity to deepen the connection. In today's fast-paced world, where people often rush through interactions and focus more on the next task than on the present moment, Someone who lingers is offering you something valuable, time and emotional energy. It's a clear indication that she feels something worthwhile in your presence, and she wants to continue exploring it. If you notice her sticking around after a conversation has seemingly concluded, this is your cue to step up and take the interaction further. Instead of letting the moment slip away, use it as a chance to keep the conversation going. Ask her about things that interest her. Delve into topics that spark her passion or curiosity. This not only demonstrates that you're interested in her as a person, but also creates an opening for her to share more of herself with you. By asking thoughtful questions or showing genuine curiosity, you let her know that you value what she has to say. Alternatively, you might suggest something spontaneous, like grabbing a coffee together or continuing the conversation in a new setting. Offering an invitation to spend more time together shows initiative, and it's a natural way to move things forward without any pressure. If she agrees, it reinforces the connection you're building. However, if she hesitates or politely declines, don't take it as a rejection. Remember that emotional attraction is a process, not a one-time event. What's most important is that you've shown interest in taking things further and given her the opportunity to reciprocate. Lingering isn't just about passing time, it's about deepening the emotional connection. It's a sign that she values the conversation and enjoys your company enough to want to continue the experience. In the context of building a relationship, this behavior suggests she's interested in moving things forward, whether that means developing a friendship or exploring something more romantic. And this doesn't just apply to younger people. This behavior transcends age and is relevant no matter where you are in life. In fact, as people get older, they often become more intentional about their connections. This means that if she's lingering with you, it's not just a casual interaction, it's an invitation to take the next step in creating a meaningful bond. In modern life, with so many distractions, it can be rare to encounter someone who wants to invest time and emotional energy into getting to know you better. So when you notice her sticking around after a conversation, it's a gift, a sign that she's open to building something deeper with you. Don't let this opportunity pass by without seizing it. It's your chance to show that you're not just looking for surface-level exchanges, but that you value the potential for a more substantial connection. At this moment, it's crucial to recognize the sign for what it is, a signal that she's interested in moving the relationship forward. Embrace the opportunity, continue the conversation, and let the connection unfold naturally, knowing that the bond you're nurturing is one that could evolve into something truly meaningful. Sign number 6, revealing vulnerability. Pay attention, for this is where the real connection begins. When a woman opens herself up, when she allows herself to be vulnerable in your presence, it is not just a fleeting gesture. This is a clear signal that she's interested in something deeper. It's one of the most powerful and honest ways a woman can signal to a man that she wants to connect on a profound level. This vulnerability doesn't come easily, and it's a sign of a woman who feels comfortable in your presence, feels safe enough to lower her defenses, and is ready to open her heart. You'll see this in small but telling actions, ones that seem innocent at first glance. She might adjust her clothing, tug at a piece of jewelry, or even subtly touch her neck while you're speaking. These gestures, often dismissed as casual habits, are anything but. The neck is one of the most sensitive and intimate parts of the body. When a woman touches her neck or draws attention to it, it is a silent but powerful signal. She's not just fidgeting, she's exposing one of the most delicate and intimate parts of her body to you, making herself vulnerable. It's not just an action, it's an invitation, an unspoken request to connect on a deeper emotional level. Think about it. When you expose your neck, you're showing a level of trust that's hard to fake. It's the same reason we subconsciously protect it in moments of discomfort or danger. The act of revealing it is saying, I feel comfortable around you. I trust you enough to be myself, flaws and all. It's a message that says, I find you attractive, and I feel safe enough with you to let my guard down. These actions are small, but they are not insignificant. In fact, they are monumental in their subtlety. They indicate a willingness to open up emotionally, to share a part of herself that she wouldn't show just anyone. This is where many men miss the mark. They see the physical cues but overlook the deeper message being conveyed. Instead of recognizing this vulnerability and responding in a way that acknowledges it, they either ignore it or fail to act on it. And this is where you can set yourself apart. Recognizing vulnerability isn't just about noticing a physical gesture. It's about understanding the deeper emotional message behind it. Acknowledge it with grace and respect, and you'll build a deeper connection than you ever thought possible. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. What does this mean in the context of human relationships? When a woman reveals her vulnerability, she's offering you a piece of her emotional freedom. She's trusting you with something that lies beyond her control. It's not about her trying to control the situation or manipulate you. It's about her trusting you enough to share her authentic self. This is a powerful moment, one that, if honored, can lead to an unbreakable emotional connection. When she lets you see her vulnerability, she's also inviting you to do the same, to lower your defenses and engage with her on a level that goes beyond the surface. Now, how do you respond to this? You mirror her vulnerability, but with intention and sincerity. The key here is to recognize her courage in opening up and acknowledge it in a way that builds trust and respect. Compliment her, not just on her appearance, but on her willingness to be vulnerable. Tell her that you see her for who she truly is, and let her know that you appreciate the openness she's showing. This isn't about flattery. It's about building an emotional connection that transcends physical attraction. When you respond to her vulnerability with warmth and respect, you are showing her that you see her beyond her surface appearance. You are acknowledging that she is more than just her outward beauty, but a complex person with her own fears, dreams, and desires. In the words of the philosopher Seneca, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you respond to her vulnerability with understanding, you're demonstrating emotional mastery. You're showing that you can control your own emotions, that you are capable of connecting with her on a deep, meaningful level, and that you respect her enough to honor her openness. This is a powerful signal to her that you are someone she can trust, someone who can handle the complexities of a real relationship. The truth is, in today's world, so many people are afraid of vulnerability. They shield themselves, they hide behind walls, and they avoid truly opening up. But when a woman reveals herself to you, this is an opportunity you cannot afford to miss. It is an opportunity to connect with her on a level that most others will never reach. Don't dismiss these small but powerful signals. Take note of them and respond with respect and empathy. This is how you build a real emotional connection, a bond that goes beyond mere attraction. The next time you notice a woman touching her neck, adjusting her jewelry, or making herself vulnerable in any way, don't let it go unnoticed. Acknowledge it, compliment her, and most importantly, be present in that moment. She is showing you her trust, and it is now up to you to honor it and build something meaningful. Your ability to recognize and respond to her vulnerability will be the foundation of a relationship built on mutual respect, trust, and a deeper emotional connection. Comment below if you've ever witnessed these signs in someone and how it shifted your perspective. Don't miss out on the chance to connect with someone on this level. Take action now, recognize the signs, respond to them, and watch as your relationships grow stronger. Sign number 7. The subtlety of flirting. A woman's flirtation can be as subtle and nuanced as the quiet ripple of a stream beneath the moonlight, delicate yet undeniable. It's often the small, seemingly insignificant actions she takes that speak volumes. These are the signals you should tune into, for in these tiny, almost invisible gestures lies a world of attraction. Consider the simple act of her twirling her hair during a conversation. It's a classic sign, a silent yet unmistakable message. Watch closely. If her fingers are gently twisting a strand of hair while her eyes lock with yours, understand this. It's not just some unconscious habit. nor is it mere nervousness. No, this is deliberate. She is drawing attention to herself in a subtle yet powerful way. Her body is speaking to you, saying, "I'm interested. I want you to notice me." This subtle movement serves a dual purpose. 1, it calms her in the moment, and 2, it engages you without a single word spoken. In essence, she is inviting you to come closer. She is opening the door, giving you an unspoken invitation to explore deeper connections. And when her eyes stay fixed on yours, the message becomes crystal clear. She's not just observing you, she's letting you know that she is emotionally invested in the interaction. Eye contact, when prolonged, is one of the most potent forms of communication. In those moments, she's not simply looking at you, she's saying, "I want to know you." Now here's the challenge for you. Respond with the right balance of strength and subtlety. Too often, men overlook the power of restraint, thinking that to win her interest, they must be bold and loud. But this is not the way of the Stoic. In fact, the strongest man is he who stands the test of time and patience, as Marcus Aurelius wisely said. In the face of her flirtation, you don't need to rush. You need to be calm, collected, and steady. Respond with a quiet confidence. Hold that eye contact, acknowledge the moment, and then offer a compliment that goes deeper than her outer appearance. Instead of, "You're beautiful," consider, "I admire your energy, it's magnetic," or, "There's something uniquely positive about you that I can't ignore." Complimenting her spirit, her personality, this shows you're engaging on a deeper level, acknowledging her as more than just the physical. You show emotional intelligence by recognizing the deeper layers of her being. Don't be fooled into thinking that everything needs to be done in a rush. There's no need for haste. Take your time to enjoy the dance of flirtation. In fact, you might find that the slower you let it unfold, the more power you'll have over how this develops. There's an art to letting attraction grow naturally. And as you learn to master it, you'll realize that every little action she takes, every glance, every shift in her body language, holds meaning. And if she continues to make these subtle moves, understand this. She's not just toying with you. She's signaling that she's ready for something deeper, something real. When you recognize these signs, don't hesitate to step up. Don't let fear hold you back. Seize the moment, because waiting too long may mean losing your opportunity. The great Greek philosopher Socrates once said, "Know thyself." This is not just a call to introspection, it's a reminder that when you are grounded in who you are, you become more attuned to the world around you. Recognizing subtle signs of attraction is not about overthinking every small gesture. It's about being present. Stay aware of her movements, her words, and the energy she brings. The more grounded you are in your own confidence, the easier it will be to recognize when she's showing genuine interest. In modern life, this can often be a challenge. In a world where fast-paced communication and instant gratification dominate, the art of subtlety can be lost. But remember this, real attraction is not found in grand gestures. It's cultivated in the quiet moments of connection. When she twirls her hair or locks eyes with you, know this, she's giving you a gift. Don't squander it by being unaware. Instead, embrace it with the quiet strength of a man who knows that the best things in life are worth waiting for. So don't rush. Don't chase. Let her come to you. Understand the power of silence, the strength in stillness. And when the time is right, make your move. Because if she's giving you these subtle signs, you've already won half the battle. All that's left is to claim your victory. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Sign number 8. Shared laughter and inside jokes. Laughter, my friend, is no mere sound. It's an invisible force that connects souls in ways words simply cannot. When she laughs at your jokes, and not just politely, but genuinely, especially when others might not, there's something deeper at play. It's more than just her finding you funny. It's her way of telling you, "I see you. I feel comfortable with you. I'm here with you," without ever needing to say it out loud. This isn't some trivial gesture. Laughter, in its purest form, is a sign of connection, true connection. But the real clincher is when the two of you share inside jokes, those special moments of humour that only the two of you understand. These aren't fleeting or surface-level interactions. No, these moments tell a story of a bond that is unique, one built on mutual understanding and shared experiences. These inside jokes signify that she isn't just amused by your company, she values the connection the two of you share. She's invested in this relationship at a deeper, emotional level. Consider this. When she laughs at something you say, and it's not just a polite chuckle, but a genuine burst of laughter, you can feel the energy shift. It's not just about the joke, it's about the space you've created together, a space where she feels safe, understood, and appreciated. You're not just one of many faces she interacts with. You're her person in that moment. That playful nudge, that mischievous look, the way she glances at you across the room after you've shared that inside joke. It's all a subtle, non-verbal cue that she feels connected to you. She's telling you, with each laugh, that she enjoys not just being in your presence, but the unique dynamic the two of you have built together. You see, laughter is more than just an emotional release. It has the power to break down barriers and deepen relationships. Research has shown that when we laugh, endorphins are released, the body relaxes, and a sense of happiness and well-being washes over us. And in the context of your interaction with her, those endorphins are a sign of something far greater than just a fleeting moment of amusement. They're a manifestation of the growing bond between you two. Aristotle once wisely said, "Man is by nature a social animal." And in our modern world, where true connection often feels so elusive, laughter is one of the most powerful tools we have to foster that connection. When she laughs with you, not at you, it's a clear sign that she feels a deeper bond, one built on trust, respect, and a shared sense of humour. It's her way of saying, "I enjoy this. I enjoy you." Think about the rare moments in life when you share a private joke with someone, those times when only you two understand the humour behind a word or glance. Those are the moments that create lasting memories, that tie you closer together, and that make relationships feel special and unique. So when she shares those moments with you, don't take them lightly. They're more than just jokes. They are signals that she's emotionally invested in you, in us, and in the potential for something deeper. She's showing you that she's not just looking for a casual encounter or fleeting connection. She's looking for something real, something built on laughter, fun, and a shared emotional understanding. Victor Borge once said, "Laughter is the shortest distance between two people." And if you're paying attention, you'll see that every laugh she shares with you, every inside joke you create together, is closing the distance between you both. It's drawing you closer to something more profound, something worth nurturing. These aren't just moments of humour. They are the threads that weave the fabric of a deeper connection. So don't brush them aside. Don't overlook the power of shared laughter, the unspoken bond created through inside jokes. Recognize that these are the building blocks of something extraordinary, something you both want. The next time she laughs at one of your jokes, when she shares that look that only you two understand, know that it's not just a joke. It's her way of saying, "I'm here. I'm interested. I'm in this with you." And that, my friend, is the most powerful signal she could send. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate it, nurture it, and let it grow. Because in the end, those inside jokes and shared laughs could be the foundation of something much deeper, something real and lasting. By now, you should have a clearer understanding of the subtle signs that indicate a woman wants you closer. These signs may not always be loud or obvious, but they speak volumes when you learn to recognize them. The key takeaway here is that attraction often isn't about what's said. It's about how she engages with you, how her body language mirrors yours, and those little touches that create a connection between you. But the most important point? Recognizing these signs gives you the power to respond with confidence, patience, and emotional intelligence. By being mindful of these cues, you can foster trust and intimacy, creating an environment where real connections can grow. Remember, it's not just about reading the signs, it's about how you respond to them. Stay grounded in your confidence. Don't rush the process. When you engage with clarity and authenticity, you create space for genuine connections to flourish. So when you notice those subtle behaviors, a smile, a head tilt, a light touch, know that it's her way of telling you she wants you closer. These are the moments that matter. In relationships, it's often the quiet gestures and the unspoken moments that hold the most power. Master the art of reading these signs. Stay true to yourself, and with the steady calm of Stoicism, you'll navigate these interactions with ease and confidence. Thanks for watching today's video. Stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one. Four magnetic phrases that create instant attraction in women. Psychology of attraction, Old Stoic wisdom. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Aristotle. Gentlemen, let me share something about attraction that many will never grasp. It's not about being the tallest, wealthiest, or most physically attractive man in the room. It's not about flaunting expensive cars or using cheesy pickup lines. The truth lies in the power of the words you speak during those early moments of interaction. Right now, there are countless men having dull, forgettable conversations with women, while others are using just a few carefully chosen phrases that draw women in, making them lean in closer, laugh more freely, and leave them thinking about the interaction for days. What makes the difference? Psychology. Through coaching thousands of men and analyzing real-world interactions, I have identified 3 simple yet magnetic phrases that spark genuine curiosity in women, making you stand out without trying too hard. The best part? You can start using them right now. No special skills or tricks required. In fact, one of these phrases is so powerful that women often text their friends about you immediately after hearing it. Another one will make her hang on to your every word. And the third? It's my personal favorite for creating instant chemistry. If you want to transform how women respond to you in conversation, then keep reading. I'm about to reveal these secrets. Let's talk about that pivotal moment when everything changes. It's when a conversation shifts from polite small talk to something electric. When her eyes light up, her body language opens up, and you can feel the connection deepening. This isn't luck. This isn't magic. This is the science of attraction at play. Welcome, Stoicism. Win. Friend, after a decade of studying real-life interactions between men and women, I've learned something that will forever change how you approach dating. Most men make a critical mistake. They obsess over what to say to impress women, when the real focus should be on making women feel something genuine. The truth is, attraction isn't about memorizing perfect lines. It's about understanding the psychological triggers that naturally draw people towards you. Today, I'll introduce you to 3 phrases that work like secret keys. They bypass the logical mind and speak directly to a woman's emotions. These aren't gimmicks or tricks. These are shortcuts based on cutting-edge psychology research from top universities like Harvard and Stanford, as well as hundreds of real-world tests with my clients. One of these phrases can make you 83% more memorable, according to a UCLA study. Another creates what psychologists call instant intimacy. And the third is so effective that I've witnessed it spark chemistry in as little as 30 seconds. But here's what makes this different from typical dating advice. We're not here to manipulate or play games. We're here to develop real social skills that work, whether you're in the boardroom, at the bar, or anywhere you meet someone special. By the end of this guide, you'll understand exactly why these phrases work, when to use them, and how to make them your own. No gimmicks, no nonsense, just practical tools you can apply today. Phrase 1. The curiosity trigger. In any interaction, there's an intriguing psychological aspect that can make a lasting impact. The curiosity trigger, specifically the art of the unfinished thought. It taps into a simple yet profound aspect of human nature. We crave resolution. When someone begins to say something but doesn't finish, it naturally compels our minds to wonder about what was left unsaid. This isn't a manipulation tactic, it's just how the human brain works. We're wired to want to know the rest of the story, to complete the thought that's dangling just out of reach. Now, let's explore how you can use this powerful tool to create a magnetic connection in your conversations. Picture this. In a conversation, she shares something personal about herself, maybe a unique hobby or a vivid story. This is your moment. You don't want to force it, but in a calm, nonchalant way, you drop a line like, "You remind me of, actually, never mind." Or, "There's something about you that, no, it's not important." Or even, "The way you said that makes me think, forget I mentioned it." The key is to sound as if the thought just popped into your head, casual, unplanned, and not at all rehearsed. Then, move on and let the conversation flow in another direction, as if the unfinished thought never existed. This subtle move will trigger her curiosity. She may not ask about it right away, but her mind will be working overtime trying to figure out what you were about to say. Eventually, when she inevitably does ask, and most likely she will, you'll have the perfect opportunity to offer a real and meaningful observation, one that reflects who she is beyond just her appearance. Perhaps you could say something like, "I was going to say you have a really thoughtful way of explaining things," or, "You remind me of someone who's comfortable being themselves." Another option could be, "There's a confidence in the way you talk about your work." These remarks not only demonstrate that you've been actively listening, but they also show you've been paying attention to the deeper qualities that make her unique. This approach does more than just elevate a conversation beyond typical small talk. It makes you stand out as someone who engages at a level that others don't. By doing this, you'll not only capture her interest, but also foster a dynamic exchange that feels natural and comfortable. This isn't about playing games. It's about creating genuine, captivating conversations that flow with ease. To borrow a quote from the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you engage in meaningful, thoughtful dialogue, you create an environment where connection can flourish. It's all about being present, tuning into her energy, and offering insights that spark curiosity and deeper engagement. So next time you're in a conversation, think about how you can apply the curiosity trigger. What could you leave unsaid that might leave her wanting more? Remember, the goal is to make her think, to make her feel like she's found someone who truly sees her, not just on the surface, but as a person with depth. And finally, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever tried using this technique? What was the result? Feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Phrase 2. The secret compliment. Most compliments fall flat, don't they? If you've ever tried to give a compliment to an attractive woman, you'll quickly realize that simply saying, "You're beautiful," doesn't have the impact you think it does. In fact, by the time a woman reaches her mid-20s, compliments about her looks become so common, they blur into background noise, leaving her with little more than a polite smile. Over time, she builds emotional armor to deflect these predictable remarks. But what if I told you there was a way to break through that armor and truly connect with her, making her feel something real, something deeper? That's where the secret compliment comes into play. It's not about flattering her with empty praise. It's about observing her in a way that speaks to her inner qualities and recognizing her for something more than her outward appearance. This compliment comes from a place of genuine appreciation for her character, her actions, or the way she sees the world. When you take the time to acknowledge something that's beyond the surface, it triggers a more profound emotional response. There's science behind this too. Researchers at Princeton discovered that compliments focused on a person's skills generate 3 times more attraction than compliments based on physical appearance. This is because people, particularly women, remember character traits 5 times longer than they do physical attributes. Even more fascinating, it turns out that when you highlight someone's unique behaviors or talents, it activates the brain's reward centers, generating feelings of genuine emotional satisfaction. So when you focus on acknowledging a woman's talents, her intelligence, or the qualities that make her unique, you're tapping into a much more powerful form of attraction, one that goes beyond fleeting moments of admiration. Now, let's break down how you can deliver the perfect secret compliment. Timing is everything. Wait for the right moment, preferably when she reveals something authentic about herself. Maybe she shares an insightful perspective or talks about something she's passionate about. That's your cue. Instead of saying something general like, "You're smart," make it specific. For example, the way you explained that shows real depth of understanding, goes much further. It shows that you've not only been paying attention, but that you appreciate the way she thinks. Keep it real. The key to making this work is that you only compliment what you genuinely notice. The more specific and sincere, the better. For instance, a great compliment might sound like this. Most people wouldn't pick up on this, but you have an incredible talent for making people feel heard. Or perhaps, you've got this rare combination of confidence and warmth. It's not something you see every day. Another example could be, "The way your mind works is fascinating." When you said, "insert insight," it showed a unique perspective. Each of these compliments speaks to a deeper part of who she is, not just what she looks like. When delivering the secret compliment, the key is in the delivery. It's not just the words, it's the energy behind them. Before you give the compliment, pause slightly. This builds anticipation and signals that you're about to say something meaningful. Make it clear that this observation is coming from genuine thought, not a rehearsed line. Soft eye contact is important too. It shows that you're fully present, not distracted by anything else. After you deliver the compliment, move on naturally. Don't hang around waiting for validation or looking for her to react immediately. Just let it sit and move the conversation forward. Here's what happens in her mind when you use the secret compliment. First, surprise. She might think, "Wait, he noticed that about me." Then, validation kicks in. Someone finally sees the real me. And finally, attraction. The seed of connection has been planted. She'll feel drawn to you because you've taken the time to understand her at a deeper level. It's not about superficial praise. It's about acknowledging the person she truly is. For those looking to refine their technique even further, there's an advanced approach called the compliment sandwich. Here's how it works. Begin by making an observation about something she did, like when you did X. Next, compliment the quality you saw in her actions, like it showed Y quality. Then, finish with an impact statement. That's rare because Z. For example, when you included Sarah in the conversation earlier, it showed real social awareness. Most people are too self-focused to notice when someone's being left out. This formula makes your compliment more impactful because it highlights not just the action, but also why it matters and why it's rare. Of course, as with anything, there are signs that you might be getting it wrong. If she says thanks but doesn't engage with you further, your compliment might have been too generic. If she seems uncomfortable, it could be because the compliment was too personal too soon. And if she questions your sincerity, it likely means your compliment wasn't specific enough. It's essential to strike the right balance of authenticity and respect. In many ways, the secret compliment embodies ancient wisdom, specifically the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, who once wrote, "Look beneath the surface." This approach to complimenting others demonstrates presence, perception, and emotional intelligence, qualities that Stoic philosophers valued as markers of high character. By focusing on what's beneath the surface, you're showing that you see her as more than just a pretty face, that you recognize the depth of her character. This kind of emotional intelligence is what makes you stand out as a high-value individual, just as those wise philosophers advocated for centuries ago. Your challenge today is simple, yet powerful. Next time you're talking to a woman, find one authentic thing to compliment that has absolutely nothing to do with her appearance. Focus on something she says, something she does, or a quality you admire in her. Watch how differently she responds. you'll notice that this type of compliment invites a more genuine, deeper connection, and that's the real attraction, your mission. Next time a woman asks you a personal question, resist the urge to answer directly. Flip it back playfully. Watch how much more engaged she becomes. If you want to make a lasting impression and create genuine attraction, the secret compliment is your key. Break through the surface, see the real person, and watch how powerful a compliment can be when it comes from the heart. If you're ready to master this approach and want to put it to the test, drop a comment right now. I see beyond the surface and value what truly matters. Like this video, subscribe for more powerful insights, and remind yourself daily, true attraction is built on understanding, not appearances. Phrase 3. The reverse question. Let me drop a brutal truth that most men will never grasp. Attraction is about more than just asking the right questions. The man who controls the conversation has the power, but the man who controls the connection, through a simple reversal of the rules, becomes irresistible. This isn't some game. It's the understanding of an unspoken, subtle dance that women are constantly engaging in. When used properly, this one technique can transform mundane conversation into an electrifying experience, one that sparks real, lasting attraction. Here's why it works. Every woman, whether she realizes it or not, enters what I call interview mode whenever a man starts asking the typical, predictable questions. What do you do for work? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? These questions are tired. They're not only predictable, they make her the center of attention and put the weight of the conversation on her shoulders. When you use the reverse question, you put her in a position to qualify herself to you. It's a subtle shift in power that immediately grabs her attention, signaling to her that you're selective, that you're not just thirsty for any answer she gives. You're testing the waters, and you're doing it with playful tension that sparks interest, not pressure. Now, let's get into how you execute it. The moment she asks, "Why are you still single?" or "What are you looking for?" or "What do you do for fun?" your response should not be a direct answer. Instead, you respond with a challenge. "Why do you think I am? What's your guess?" Or maybe, "I could ask you the same thing, but I think I already know." This instantly creates a sense of mystery, of intrigue, two things every woman craves. The psychological hook is set. She's now thinking about you, not just answering a question. It's a game changer in any conversation. Imagine this. Her, "Why's a guy like you still single?" You, "What's your theory?" Smirking. Now the conversation flips from an interview to a real connection. She might say, "Maybe you're too picky." You, "Interesting. What would make someone too picky in your eyes?" Now you're deep in a conversation, not just asking basic questions. The power dynamics have shifted, and the energy is completely different. But let's take it further. Advanced tactics can make this technique even more powerful. For example, add an eyebrow raise when you say, "I think I already know." This is an instant attention grabber. Or deliver your response with a slow, deliberate smile. Let her feel the tension building. And for the ultimate play, when she's close but not quite on point with her guess, throw in, "Close, but the real reason is even more interesting." You've just taken her curiosity to another level. Now, there are some common mistakes you should avoid if you want this technique to truly work. First, never use this for factual questions, like, "Where do you live?" This isn't a technique for every question. It's for those more personal, probing inquiries that are designed to get to know you. Secondly, don't overuse it. If you flip every question back on her, you'll just look evasive, or, worse, like you're hiding something. There's a fine balance to this. And lastly, always have a follow-up answer ready when she insists. If you reverse the question and she's persistent, don't leave her hanging. Be prepared to elaborate and share something that continues the intrigue. Let's bring in a piece of wisdom from the Stoics here. Epictetus, a legendary Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters." This technique is a perfect embodiment of that principle. It's not about simply answering a question. It's about how you respond, how you shape the interaction. You're not just a passive participant in the conversation. You're in control of how it unfolds, your mission. Next time a woman asks you a personal question, don't just answer her. Resist the urge to spill your life story. Instead, flip it back on her with confidence and wit. Watch how much more engaged she becomes, how much more interested she is in knowing you. The energy of the conversation will shift, and you'll leave her wanting more. Phrase 4. The empathy bridge. In the art of conversation and building attraction, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is what can be called the empathy bridge. This technique is about creating a deep emotional connection in mere moments, and it's rooted in the psychology of human connection. When you make the other person feel truly understood, when you listen beyond just the words and attune to their emotional state, you unlock a bond that goes far beyond the surface. It's not about offering perfect solutions or having all the right answers. Rather, it's about showing genuine empathy for the other person's experiences, feelings, and perspectives. In today's world, where people are often surrounded by noise and distractions, being the person who truly listens can be incredibly magnetic. Why does empathy work so well in creating instant attraction? At the core of it, empathy facilitates emotional connection. When someone feels that you understand their feelings, whether joy, sadness, frustration, or excitement, they lower their defenses, making themselves more open and vulnerable with you. This isn't the same as sympathy. It's about recognizing their emotions without trying to fix or judge them. It's a simple yet profound act, recognizing that their experience matters and acknowledging it sincerely. By doing this, you help to establish a space where the other person feels heard and appreciated for who they are. The psychological impact is immediate. It creates trust and emotional safety, and it is in these fertile grounds that attraction blossoms. To employ the empathy bridge effectively, wait for a moment when she shares something that reveals a deeper part of her, whether it's a personal challenge she's facing, a vulnerable moment, or a story that gives insight into her values. Then, your response should not be just a polite acknowledgement, but a heartfelt recognition of what she's going through. You might say something like, "It sounds like that really impacted you," or "I can see why that would be tough." The key here is not to simply echo her words, but to convey that you understand the emotional weight behind them. You might say, "Wow, I totally get how you feel. That's something I'd be frustrated by too." Your response should feel genuine and thoughtful, showing that you're not just listening to the facts, but also to the emotions driving her words. When you respond with empathy, the outcome is powerful. She feels seen, validated, and understood, emotions that are incredibly important in any meaningful connection. This validation fosters trust and creates a sense of emotional safety, allowing her to open up even more. As this bond grows, so too does the attraction she feels towards you, because genuine emotional connection is a cornerstone of human attraction. You become the person she can share her vulnerabilities with, and that sense of emotional closeness and safety draws her in. If you want to take it a step further, consider using the empathy loop, an advanced technique that deepens the connection even more. After recognizing her emotion, you validate it. "That must have been so frustrating." Then, you can reinforce the bond by saying something like, "I'd probably feel the same way." The final step in the loop is to further solidify your connection by recognizing the rarity of such open communication. It's rare to find someone who can talk about these things openly, you know? This reinforces the emotional safety you're offering, making her feel comfortable being vulnerable and open with you. However, it's important to be mindful of some common mistakes people make when trying to build an emotional bridge. One of the biggest errors is offering advice too soon. Often, when someone opens up to you, they don't want solutions. They want to be heard. Jumping straight to a fix can feel dismissive of their feelings. Another mistake is being too generic in your responses. Simply repeating their emotions can come across as insincere if it lacks emotional depth. The goal here is not to mimic their words, but to understand the core of what they're feeling and respond with authenticity and care. In line with Stoic wisdom, Marcus Aurelius offers insight that aligns perfectly with this technique. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This perspective reminds us that emotional connection isn't about manipulation. It's about engaging deeply with the experience of another human being. When you truly connect with someone's feelings, you're not just creating attraction, but also fostering a meaningful, reciprocal relationship built on trust and understanding. This ancient wisdom is a timeless tool that we can use in today's world, where true connection often feels harder to come by. So the next time someone shares something personal with you, resist the temptation to offer immediate solutions. Instead, focus on creating an emotional bridge by showing empathy. This small shift can transform the nature of your interactions and over time help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. By validating their emotions rather than offering a logical response, you'll witness how much closer you become, creating an emotional bond that is powerful, lasting, and magnetic. Final thoughts. Gentlemen, what you've just learned isn't just a set of conversation tricks. It's a complete reframe of how attraction works. These phrases aren't magic spells, and they're not some kind of shortcut. They work because they come from a place of calm confidence, not desperation. They're not about manipulation. They're about expressing your best self, the man who is comfortable with who he is and doesn't need to seek validation from others. But here's the truth. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. You can watch video after video, read book after book, but if you don't take action, you'll remain where you are. The key is applying what you've learned in real situations. The best knowledge comes from experience and testing what truly works in the world around you. Your mission this week. Choose one technique from today. Whether it's the unfinished thought, the secret compliment, or the reverse question, and put it to the test in the real world. Pay close attention to how women respond when you stop chasing approval and start creating intrigue. Watch how the dynamic shifts when you stop being reactive and begin leading the interaction with calm, composed confidence. It's not about perfection, it's about taking action and getting better with each try. I want to hear your stories. Drop a comment below. Which phrase resonated with you the most? Where are you going to test it first? What's your biggest aha moment from this video? I make it a point to read every single comment, and I'll personally respond to the most insightful ones. Your feedback helps me understand what resonates with you and what challenges you might be facing, and I'm here to help you break through those. For the men who are ready to go even deeper, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Next week, we're breaking down a powerful 2-second eye trick that makes her chase you. This is a technique used by charismatic men throughout history, an eye contact method that speaks volumes and leaves a lasting impression. And remember, this is not about collecting lines or playing games. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts great connections through confidence, self-awareness, and authenticity. The true power lies in becoming a man who isn't focused on impressing others, but on being the best version of himself. Here's Stoicism Win. Walk in truth, gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one.